In this video, I look at my own personal way of finding a cure for the iRacing blues, and all from an older gamer's perspective. You know how it is. Finish a busy day, get to your racing rig, plug yourself into your favourite sim, and then, on the first lap, possibly even the first corner, you crash out. Often through no fault of your own. It sucks. It really does. Worse still, if you're in a higher license race and there is no fast repair, the actual repairs you need can take longer than the race will last. Or you are in a race that allows a fast repairs, but due to someone shoving you up the backside on lap 1 and then crashing you out moments later after you re-emerge from the pits, you are still doomed to sit out the race, having not really ever got in a decent lap. The forfeit button and rage quit awaits you. And I wouldn't blame you if that's how you choose to react. I've been there myself, we all have. Frustrated to find a moment of potential sim racing joy has crashed and burned because multiplayer racing can sometimes be a tough place to find your fun. Looking for a solution. But what to do? You're out of the race, and the next one in the series, in the car you want to race, is maybe an hour away. You could jump into a different car on a different track, but after the rough race you've just had, chances are you won't be at the top of your game, and then it could be you that's crashing someone else out, and that's an even worse feeling. But there is a possible solution. AI racing. Now hear me out. I know AI racing is not a true equivalent, and some frown upon it as the AI logic can sometimes be less than realistic. But if you use it as a training tool, specifically one for having fun and possibly also improving your lap times, it can prove to be a worthy challenge, even for the most jaded of sim racers. Using AI racing to cure the iRacing blues. I've already created a video on how to set up AI in iRacing, even for multi-class races, and I will put a link to that video in the description below. But for the purpose of curing my iRacing blues, I tend to set up AI races a little differently. First of all, I pick the track I was just racing, the one I just forfeited, using the car or class of cars that I was racing. I then reduce the lap count right down to 5, and I bump up the car number to the maximum, creating, including me, a 26 car event. And finally, I place myself at the back of the track. I've disabled the qualifier to get me straight to the main event, in the place where I want to be. This specific set of race criteria sets me a challenge, one where in just 5 laps, I try to get as close as I can to the front of the pack, and at the same time, improve my fastest lap time. Effectively, it's a short sprint race with a wide field challenge. But because iRating and safety rating are unaffected when using AI racing, I can be as daring as I want while trying to rise to this self-imposed set of challenges. Here's how I do this. The race starts, and I head off a bit cautiously. I find typically the AI cars at the back of the grid tend to be complete numpties, not unlike multiplayer racing with actual people. So on the first corner, I am wary of overtaking, as one should always be when dealing with slower and unpredictable drivers. But once I am safely past them, then I am off, trying now to get as near to the front of the pack as I can within the 5-lap limit that I have imposed on myself. Now I'm into the meat of the race, and I can start to experiment. Look at gear changes. Does using a lower gear than I normally use on a particular corner get me a faster lap time? Or does using a higher gear give me an edge in a specific place where I wouldn't normally use it? Or does it just spin me out? Experimentation within the arena of an actual race, but without the encumberment of a negative safety rating or ruining somebody else's race, is the perfect environment to figure out what works and what doesn't for your particular driving style. And if my attempts to sharpen my lap time should go horribly wrong, I'll just hit the exit button, map to my wheel, and then click here to restart the race again from the grid. And away I go again, repeating this until I can finish a race fairly high up the pack with a decent lap time. And that's really it. A simple and effective way to both restore your confidence after being battered off the track and to improve your roadcraft on that week's current circuit. For me personally, it's an effective way to de-stress myself after a particularly crappy race, and at the same time still feel like I'm doing something positive to improve my racecraft. This method does need some time to tweak the settings towards something that will work for you, so take that time and see what kind of AI race helps you out. And if you're still feeling stress, maybe take some time away from iRacing. Play something else, maybe even something that's not even sim racing related, and come back again to this Curing the Blues AI technique at a later point in time. The main thing is to do whatever helps you have the most stress-free fun. Until next time, race safe, stay calm, and I hope to see you on track.
There's the flag. It's over. Great job. You did really well.
If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to click the like button, and if you haven't already done so, subscribe. Click the little bell icon if you want to be notified of any future videos.